Today I will be reviewing the TV series Jericho, which ran from 2006 to 2008. After the first season of 21 episodes, it was actually cancelled, but thanks to a really strong fan base, it was revived for another 7-episode season, but that was unfortunately cancelled, and there have been talks of a movie, but nothing really recently, I don't think. Anything I can find is more so 2009, so I don't know if that's ever actually going to happen, but I'll be reviewing this TV series today. The storyline of this TV series is pretty straightforward. We've got Jake Green, who has gone back to his hometown of Jericho, Kansas, to collect some inheritance money from his grandfather. He's been gone for 5 years. He kind of got into some trouble and then kind of peaced out, left town, and now he's back. And while he's in town, he's about to leave. And then they see a big, huge mushroom cloud in the distance. They later find out that it was a nuclear bomb, I think it is. And then they later find out that 23 or 25 cities in the United States were bombed, basically killing about 13 million people. So it was just a huge attack on the United States. This show follows the people in the town of Jericho, Kansas, just basically surviving the aftermath of all of this. First, it has to do with surviving, just kind of dealing with what's going on, what is happening, and then as the season 1 goes on, it's basically them trying to survive through the winter. They have to deal with lessening resources. They have to deal with people coming in from other towns, and sometimes people attacking them for their resources. Just basically having to deal with everything that would happen. Right after the bomb strikes, they don't really panic. The people in the town of Jericho, they don't really panic because they have a really good structure of solidarity. So they really just stick together, and they don't really just panic and lose it. They manage to pull their things together. Jake Green's father is the mayor, and he does a good job of controlling the people in the town, and they just manage to keep everything under control, manage to organize everything, and they just do a really good job. Whereas other people who they hear about, or they have some people go out of the town to kind of get some more things that they may need, like medicine, stuff just to run their town, and those people bring back information about what's happening outside of their town, and it's basically just chaos throughout the United States. So Jake Green is played by Skeet Ulrich, who most recently was in Law & Order Los Angeles, which was canceled after 1 season. Unfortunately, it was a good show. And then playing the other character that this show sort of focuses on, Robert Hawkins, is played by Lenny James, who you would know most recently from The Walking Dead. He was only in the first couple of episodes, if that. He is the guy who's with his kid, who, both of these series, in Walking Dead and Jericho, he is very good at doing things like, "Gone now, get, gone, get," talking to his kid to tell him to get out of the room. So anyways, the story behind Robert Hawkins is, it's very secret. Even the viewer doesn't really know what's going on. He just moved there a couple days, he moved to Jericho a couple days before the nuclear blast. Why do I keep going like this and pointing to this? Like, I don't know, but him and his family moved there a couple days before the nuclear blast, and so they were safe. And he's kind of out in the town, he's helping out and stuff, but then they show him go back to his basement. He even keeps this secret from his family. They just know he's in this secluded room in the basement, and he has this very heavy-duty computer. He has all these files, and he's going through all these things, and we later find out a few things about him, and as the series goes on, of course, we find out everything about him.
It'd be best if you just came with us. Okay.
Where is my wife?
But for the majority of season 1, you really don't know a whole lot about him. It's very secret. Episode by episode, you find out a few things, and I don't want to give anything away because it's not suspenseful, but it's nice to know. It's watching it. It's cool that you don't really know what he is because you want to watch more and more. And this series I actually watched within about a week and a half. There are 29 episodes. I know I kind of went to town on it, but I have a few good reasons. It's a really good show, first of all. So that's a good sign that it is a good show. I watched all of it in a week and a half. The other reason, I was on Christmas break for the majority of it too, so I had a lot of spare time. I didn't have to focus on schoolwork. But this is a great TV show. I would absolutely recommend it. It sucks that it got canceled because it could definitely go for a 3rd season. Like all TV series though, the first season, well, not like every single TV show, but like a lot of them, the first season was really the best season. Season 2 was only 7 episodes of the total 29 episodes, but it really wasn't that great. It's nice that they made a season 2 because season 1 ends on, like, if the whole series ended at the end of season 1, I'd be kind of pissed because it basically goes into this whole big thing at the end of season 1, so I'm not going to tell you obviously, but something happens right at the end of season 1, and if it didn't continue into season 2, you'd kind of be left hanging, and you want to know what happens after that. I still want to know what happens after season 2, because there is really no definitive conclusion. There are a couple of conclusions here and there. We find out a bit more, but it could definitely go on. It ended in 2008, which was 4 years ago now. Coming on 4 years, because it didn't end at the very beginning of 2008, I don't believe. But if they made a movie, that would be fucking awesome. Unfortunately, what they're talking about doing for a movie is basically the same time period as Jericho. I did it again. That same time period as Jericho, but different areas in the United States, so not necessarily the people of Jericho or the people from the TV series. So that's not really what I see. Well, I want to see. I want to see a season 3 continuation from season 2, or even a movie of continuation of season 2, which would be awesome. Definitely recommend checking this TV series out. I watched it on Netflix. If you haven't noticed, this is the pause menu. This is they have this little thing, which you saw at the beginning of my video. They have a little thing starting at the beginning of each episode, and it's paused here, so you can see it on Netflix, Canadian Netflix anyways. I don't know if it's on the United States, American Netflix, or whoever else has Netflix. But you can always download it, buy it on DVD, whatever you gotta do to watch this TV series, but I absolutely recommend it. One thing I'm curious about is, maybe it's not only British people, but why do you guys call a season of a TV show a series? Because a series is the complete series. Like, a TV series is every season. Why don't you call, like, I'm not asking you to call it a season, but why are you calling one season of the show a whole series? Series 1, Series 2. That doesn't make sense to me. If someone could explain it, Simon, my English friend, why don't you explain it to me, or someone else can explain it, because I just have never understood that. Anyways, for the 15th time, I recommend checking this show out. It's an amazing TV series. Please watch it. You might get as hooked as I did, or you might just not like it at all. Watch a couple of episodes, you really get into it. This review has gone on long enough. It's okay enough, so I'll see you next Monday.
Man?
We're no man.
What the hell was that out your mouth just now?
It wasn't a man.